it felt very, very weird not to do a video last night, but technically I did it earlier that morning. Why are you so not? Bleh. Hi guys, this is Connie. We got baby bear in the back seat, finally calming down. We've had a really good day. The last 2 days have been pretty decent, you know? Monday always drags on. But I usually shine on Mondays, so even though I felt like it was dragging, I still was pretty productive. It's only Tuesday. Tuesday. What did we do all day? We made lunch for Mustachio. We took it to him. She took a nap. I went gaming. And when I say I went gaming, I didn't go grind for gear like I usually do because I've tried to be a bit more frugal with how I spend my Pokemon Go gear. Instead, I decided to start looking up some rarer Pokemon in the area via the Discord group that I'm a part of. And I got a pretty neat Pokemon for Mustachio and myself. She slept through the whole thing, which was glorious. I almost felt a little paranoid because I was in a private residence area and I wasn't there more than 4 or 5 minutes and all of a sudden a tow truck had pulled through. And after last weekend with the tow truck incident, I thought it was very odd. I was like, I know the world does not revolve around me and I'm sure that truck is looking for something else, but it seemed rather convenient considering the timing of life that it showed up to pull around the corner as I was backing out of the parking spot and then did like a full turnaround. So maybe it got lost, but definitely threw me off just a bit. Got me super paranoid. We went over to Grandma and Grandpa's after doing a raid at Starbucks because any Starbucks raid that we do, at least locally for us, you're almost guaranteed the opportunity for an EX raid pass, so most people come out for that as much as possible in order to increase their chances of an EX raid pass. I would be really surprised and kind of disappointed if I got one because I know that the system is totally super flawed and people have already figured out the statistics behind this. People already know how to do this, and I'll just shout out Trainer Tips because he's phenomenal. Mustachio and I watch him a lot. I almost want to send him a Twitter post specifically of a picture of Baby Bear watching with us. It just makes me happy. And I go back and forth in 3 minutes now, and I probably got another 5 minutes before I get home, so hopefully I won't take up the entire time on the camera. But while we're at this red light, I would be over exaggerating if I was saying I was reeling from the loss of somebody I've talked about on the vlogs before, Philip Salerno. He had leukemia. They tried to do a transplant. It was unsuccessful, and he succumbed to the leukemia. Medically, that's what they would say. In a spiritual sense, God healed him by calling him home. And I know that a lot of people don't believe the same way I believe, and that's fine. I really genuinely thought that the modern miracle was going to happen, that God was going to completely heal him and deliver him, and he didn't. But it's not to say that it's not just as miraculous as somebody who's at peace with their life and ready to meet their maker face to face. And that is a pretty phenomenal miracle in and of itself, because even hearing him talk about how he was good either way, and it kind of reminds me, I've been watching a lot of VeggieTales with my daughter, obviously, and it reminds me a lot of the Rack, Shack, and Benny. If you ever listen to Old Testament stories or have ever heard of Bible stories, there's the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the 3 boys who got thrown into a fiery furnace and they survived. Modern day, that's a really big fire. A giant, like, and if you read the story in the Bible, it's actually more intense than anything that Sunday school class could actually cover as a kid. This furnace was so hot, and the king was so ticked at the fact that these Hebrews said that they were not going to bow down to his idol, that he commanded his people to make the fire hotter. And it was so hot that even some of the soldiers that tried to put these 3 Hebrew boys into this furnace, they died because it was so intensely hot. And even in the midst of all that, they turned around and said, you know, we believe that our God can deliver us, but even if he doesn't, we're still not going to disobey him. We are not going to bow to this graven image, which is like one of the first commandments of the 10 Commandments. You shall have no other gods before me, and there'll be no engraved image. Actually, it's 1 and 2, isn't it? It's been a while since I've looked up my Old Testament action, but yeah, and God saved them and restored them. I'm getting notifications that I don't need to see right now, and I know that he was in the same place. I still can't shake the feeling that a part of me wants to be like it feels arrogant to even, like, I'm hesitant to even reach out to like his family and share. And it's happened in my head before with other situations where I'm like, maybe if I just got the opportunity to touch him at his wake, that God would restore him. And they do a lot of things to modern day bodies now, and I don't doubt God that he can restore anybody in that situation. I've never seen him do it, but I'm sad to know that such an amazing person who I didn't even really get to know all that well, you know, like to know and share his faith the way he shared it on social media and shared it with people who were around him. I wish I would have known him more, and I wish he would have been here longer. He was 38 years old. I'm 34 years old. It's a lot of, like, dealing with your own mortality, and I've been talking way too long. It's cold, it's late, and this video is long. Oh, be careful with that, and enjoy, please, and thank you. I might do this over again.